What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Well, let's call it episode 251 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. In the thick of NFL free agency, as it were. And I don't have a ton of NFL notes on the sheet this week, but we can talk about anything that you guys saw. That is live from Los Angeles, back home where it counts. 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry, and that is B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. We are live from the city that cannot have nice things. Atlanta, Georgia, where Magic City Night has gone down in flames. Thanks to the NBA. We were texting about this last night. It all kind of went down last night that NBA Commish Adam Silver stepped in and said, when we became aware of the Atlanta Hawks scheduled promotion, we reached out to the Hawks leadership to better understand their plans and rationale. While we appreciate the team's perspective and their desire to move forward, we have heard significant concerns from a broad array of league stakeholders, including fans, partners, and employees. I believe canceling this promotion is the right decision for the broader NBA community. So, Magic City Night, gone. No go.
Just like that.
And Harp immediately goes, knew that was going to happen. Like right away.
As we got closer to the date, it got tougher and tougher for me to kind of visualize this happening. Now, at the same time, I get the optics of why the league wouldn't want this to happen, but I don't know if the league thought in the back of their mind that there was just going to be like a stripper pole in the middle of the court at halftime.
I don't think they.
T.I. was performing at halftime, which he still is. That's still happening.
They're still selling wings, I think.
They're still selling wings. It's just the whole promotion of selling the hoodie, which if you pre-order, you're still getting your hoodie.
Oh, shit.
They're still, if you pre-order,
those things are going to be reselling for like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but they will not be selling them in the stores at the game. But I just, I'm not surprised. The NBA, this is something that's never happened before. This is something that the NBA would have never thought would have happened. But like I always said, Atlanta is a unique place with a unique culture. And it's something that many other cities could not even fathom doing. But, the Hawks are a part of the NBA. Yeah. And once Adam Silver started getting wind of it, and look, everybody want to go in on Luke Cornell. Look, he ain't the only one that was running his mouth about this.
No, but he's going to become the poster child for it, which is unfortunate for him.
He's like Rudy Gobert for COVID.
Exactly right. He is the Rudy guy. And that was, by the way, what was that, 7 years ago, where Rudy touched all the microphones? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, 6 years ago.
Former Hawk Al Horford spoke out about it, and everybody's had choice words for him as well. But it's you also think about it like this. There are a lot of NBA sponsors that probably have something. Like them two guys really don't matter.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I could think they would come in and kibosh this. But Rob, did you foresee this happening, or do you think this was going to go boom?
I was one of the ones like, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, But I didn't think they would kibosh it just for the fact that it was just, you can still call it Magic City Night. It's a magical night in the city.
They're playing the Magic.
And they're playing the Magic.
Playing the Magic
it's a
in the city.
Night in the city. You just said, if you want to associate with the club called Magic City, that was not the intent.
No.
Wink, wink.
And really, to be honest, like I've seen so many people say in the comments on Instagram, you really could have called this Magic City Kitchen Night, because this is more emphasis on really the wings.
Of the food, yeah.
On the food.
Yeah.
I don't see the issue.
Rarely do you get the voice of reason from the comments section of Instagram. So that's, you know what I mean? That's pretty good. I'll give you my favorite tweet of the night was Robbie Callan. Luke Cornett's going to get the LeBron's first game back in Cleveland after the decision treatment the next time he plays in Atlanta.
Really?
They're going to boo that man off the court.
That's going to be funny.
Throw stuff at him. It was the Magic City hoodie will join the Mount Rushmore of Atlanta memorabilia that we will never get to see. And it was the Magic City hoodie, the Super Bowl champion 51 shirts after they blew the 28-3 lead. The Final Four 2020 shirts, because we were supposed to have the Final Four and it got canceled for COVID, so that'll never happen. And then the All-Star game in 2021, which Braves lost for politics bullshit. Where's Dwight? Dwight said, what lost us the game?
Politics.
That's right, politics. So yeah, it's like the Mount Rushmore of shit that we don't get to have in Atlanta anymore. But I guess here's my only thing about this. I really don't care. I thought it was fun. And I think the spirit of it was supposed to be fun. It was not supposed to be lewd. It wasn't supposed to be like, I think a lot of people made it out to be something it wasn't going to be. Because the minute they were like, oh, Magic City's a strip club? Nope, can't have it. Like there was no perspective given to it. But like, can we talk about, if you're the NBA, are we going to talk about maybe like the gambling problem that has overrun the league, and yet you promote gambling at every turn with BetMGM and DraftKings and FanDuel and like every league spot, ESPN bets. It's like
that'll never happen.
I know.
You know why?
But I know why, because it's money.
For guess what? It's money for everybody.
But arguably, I will tell you that gambling destroys probably way more lives than a strip club will ever look at. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of perspective. And, God bless the NBA. I think they just didn't want the PR hit here. And for me, the Hawks win. The Hawks win because this is, whether you do the night or you don't, it is all over everywhere. Yes. It's like all anyone's talking about right now, which is a humongous win for the Atlanta Hawks. So, and that hoodie's going to be selling for like big money.
Okay.
Big
it's
money.
gonna be that's like when you get exclusive pair of J's. Like
I think
you got the Magic City hoodie?
eBay is gonna see that thing. If it's sold for $125, you're gonna have some people try to put that online for at least $500.
Oh, every bit of people paying for it, and people paying for it because it's like that lost piece of memorabilia that you can't get now.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I think we all kind of saw that coming. We have a couple other. We got a lot of stuff to do today, man. We got a lot of We're gonna talk about Tatum's return. I want to talk a little bit of Lakers. I got the craziest story of the week that I cannot believe is an actual story, which you guys hopefully will love. LeBron and Shai both broke a couple records this week. So our game this week is going to be called That's Got to Be a Record. And we're gonna do some of the more unusual basketball records. You guys get to go high-low on some of the more unusual basketball records that exist. Let's talk about SGA real quick, man. That was a dagger.
Yeah, I watched that last night. Yeah,
that step back three to win the game, and then it was his 126th consecutive game, scoring at least 20 points, matching Wilt Chamberlain's record from 1961 to 1963. That's how long that's been in place. So SGA continues to do SGA stuff, and they beat the Nuggets. And you even had Jokic after the game going, I don't think people realize how hard that is to score 20 points in like 10 consecutive games, let alone 126. But Rob, your thoughts on him extending that kind of a streak?
It goes to show you how they play as a team. They play complete, perfect basketball almost. You got a guy who can do pretty much anything with the rock. And his game is not even a three-point game. His game is more of a mid-range, get to the rack, get you off your feet, get the fouls, hit the and one. That shows you how talented this kid is. And when you look at the team, man, I don't even think they're still fully healthy. You got Lou Dort doing Lou Dort stuff, and they still win regardless of where they at. They still win with who's on the lineup. So it's going to be a really good matchup when it comes playoff time, when the Spurs meet them. And
we're going to talk about that in a second. Yeah,
this is just great basketball right now for the league because it's almost like you think about the changing of the guard. LeBron,
Steph, KD to an extent. Yeah.
And, we never want to let our old stars disappear on us. But these new stars are taking over, and it's just interesting to see how good they are and where they can take this league.
Yeah. Watching that game last night, I'll say this. For a lot of people who may be bettors, who do parlays, you watch two of the players in the league who are better and parlay makers dream. like SGA
And Jokic.
and
Yeah.
Jokic.
Just
Like
find a way. Yeah.
when they find a way to cover all bases, points, rebounds, assists, they are bettor's dream. Not a week. Only reason I brought that up because we referenced betting when it comes to the NBA and the Magic City thing. But you're looking at two ultimate team guys as well. We've talked about Jokic for so long and his 300-pound dad bod, 29, 13, and 13
every night. Yeah, it
and
seems
being
like,
able to control the pace of the game the way that he does, which is absolutely amazing because we've rarely ever seen a guy control the game with his body type.
Yeah.
SGA is a guy for all the people that want to complain. And I get it. Sometimes it can get annoying by sometimes the foul calls, the fouls that he draws. But he's also playing within the confinements of what the rules are of the NBA. Like, they're going to call it. Plus, he's a superstar. So they're going to call it every time. He is a line menace. He is a free throw line menace. And he's going to get to that line every single time. But outside of that, like Rob said, his game is mid-range. It is a very, I don't want to call it old school, but it's old school-ish compared to what the game is now. The game now is beyond the arc. He plays within the arc.
He's DeMar DeRozan, but glorified.
Well said. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jalen Williams last night. I'm talking about scorching from behind three. Yeah. I think he was, 7 of 11, 8 of 12, or something like that. Like, I think that kind of gets lost in the whole Joker and SGA battle last night.
Sure.
He's one of the bigger reasons why that team won that game. His ability to continue to be hot from downtown. So, like you said, they're not even fully healthy yet. Whatever that may look like, we know what that looks like. But who's to say what this team will look like once they're actually fully? Because Chet didn't play last night.
He did not.
So
he's missed a
they
handful of games last few weeks. Yeah.
Hardenstein is still out. So
he's been out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're not healthy at all.
Mm-hmm. And they're still the best team in the league.
Now, we're going to get to another team in a few minutes who they got a problem with, even when they are healthy.
Big time. Yeah, we'll talk about that in 2 seconds here. But SGA, by the way, for what it's worth last night, finished with 35 points, 15 assists, no turnovers.
That's crazy.
First time a player's done it since LeBron James did it in 2018-2019, had 35 points, 15 assists, and no turnovers. Only two guys who ever do it.
No, but think about it. When you talk about how good this team is, they only had 3 turnovers total.
Yes. They don't turn the ball over. They really don't. I mean, they have nights, but I think every team does. But you're right.
But both teams was kind of, it's one of the worst feelings I ever have is when you shoot so good and you look over the scope. How do you fucking lose? I was 8 for 12 from 3. Tim Hardaway Jr. When you look at Jalen Williams, he's like 7 for 11 for 3. You're like,
how did we lose?
No wonder. Yeah, Denver played a flawless game, man. But Oklahoma City was just a little. Is it a word better than flawless?
Yeah, but that's perfection. Yeah, near perfection. Yeah, OKC. You're absolutely right. OKC, near perfection. It's a new term. Yeah, they played OKC basketball. Did you ever have a night where you scored real well, or the team scored real well, but you just turned the ball over a bunch?
No,
I don't remember you being. I was gonna say I don't remember you really being a turnover guy. Like I never remember a night where they were like on Sports Center, like Robert Horry 8 turnovers last night.
Hey, no. You know the thing about it is like when people are shooting it well, you ain't passing, so you ain't gonna turn it over.
Ain't gonna turn that shit over. Traditionally, though, I don't think you played on a lot of teams that were like that had a lot of turnovers. Like Houston, LA had moments. But not as many, and the Spurs were like the Spurs system was so like disciplined. It felt like that team was just built not to turn the ball over.
Pre-Phil was turnover because we played fast and furious and we turned over a lot. But
that was the Dell years.
Yeah, that's one thing. I look back at my championship years. Every team played under control. There was no wild and fancy free throw. Like it's
a championship team though.
Yeah, I'm just saying a team like, we weren't no Hornets. Like the Hornets played this wild and it works for them. But we was control, we come down, we'll pick you apart. We was like, hey, we're going to execute. And because execution, is demoralizing for a defensive team because I played defense for 20 seconds and all of a sudden, boop, they got a layup, boop, they got a jump shot. And it's just a dagger in the heart. But yeah, I was very fortunate that we Plus, it was easy with the bigs I had. Just throw it in and get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. Man, people went to the Hall of Fame doing that shit, so don't worry about that. You don't have to make an excuse. Well, look, speaking of teams that are good defensively, watching the Rockets get their asses handed to them on Sunday night. Spurs beat them by 25, dropped 145 points on the Rockets, who, by the way, coming into March, were the third best defensive team in the NBA. And then the friggin' Spurs dropped a $145 on them on Sunday. The Spurs are a problem.
Can I tell y'all something?
Ooh.
Can I tell you something?
Go, man.
Spurs going to win the NBA championship.
Okay.
They're going to win the title.
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
Here's the thing. Whenever it is time for them to step up and play big games, they beat the Thunder, 4 times this season?
Something like that, 3 or 4, yeah.
They beat Detroit twice. Mm-hmm. I mean, and pretty handily. Yeah. Like, they made Detroit look like they not a title contender.
They made Houston look like the friggin' Kings the other night, man.
Yeah.
They just destroyed them.
Yeah. And
you know what Detroit problem was when they played the Spurs?
What's that?
They try to play physical basketball instead of playing basketball. And you figure like, oh, we bigger and stronger than this team. Let's beat them up instead of trying to just focus, play the game. So, but that's just one of the things.
But that's always the thing, right? Like, the more aggressive and physical you get, the more you lose track of guys on the court, or the more you lose track of what you're doing defensively. And those guards they'll find ways to pick you apart if you get too aggressive.
End of the day, you have to play basketball. All that bully basketball, that shit don't work when you got talent out there on the court, because they know it's not something they haven't seen before. You know, if it's
and how aggressive can you be on Wembanyama? He's like an alien.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I tell you what, though, another matchup that I think that's really focused on in that Spurs and Detroit matchup, Stephon Castle be having Cade Cunningham shook.
Yep.
I mean, whatever's going on with Cade, anytime he has to see Stephon Castle, he might have to go see a therapist and get that fixed. Because the physicality and the speed and to be able to now, Cade gonna get his numbers, he's gonna do his thing. But when you make it difficult for a guy to do what he does, and you make him think twice about some of the things that he does, that's what you want to do with a guy like Cade Cunningham, and that's what Stephon Castle does. That team defensively, we know Wemby. Wemby can block anything within a certain amount of reach. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it time and time again. But those guys on the perimeter are no slouches. It's not, hey, just funnel everything to Wemby. No, you got to deal with me first before you get to him. And when if you happen to get to him, you better pray long and hard. And because we've seen many times Wemby take the ball straight up out the air and guys didn't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's done a bunch.
Yeah.
I think from a team perspective, right now, the Spurs are my favorite to win the title for the simple fact that it's not just Wemby. It's any of those guys on any. We saw when I went out there to Texas for Super Bowl weekend, that was when I witnessed Stephon Castle he had a 40-point triple-double versus the Mavericks. He had like 45, 13, and 12. Wemby had a minuscule 14 points. Wemby just has to be there and allow other guys to do their thing on any given night. Now, when Wemby want to act a fool and give you one of them 40, 13, 6, and 9 blocks, then you know this is my night. But any of those other guys can have their night and they can still win, and that's what makes that team so good.
You know, make that also one of the things that, you know, doesn't get talked about is, you know, when you got an alien on your team like Wemby, everybody else gets kind of overshadowed. And I think they're the only team in the league got 8 guys average double figures.
Something like that. Yeah, somewhere around.
And that goes to show you they play team basketball. And you look around the league, you know, let's start with, you know, the top SGA, and they're good because they play team basketball.
Yeah, you just talked about that.
And Boston team basketball. New York, not so much. They're not as team oriented as, you know, Cleveland's not as team oriented. And then, you know, Minnesota's one of those teams that kind of play team basketball, but it depends on how, you know, Ant-Man wants to play.
It depends how he wants to play that night. Yeah.
And then, you know, the Lakers aren't really team basketball. The Rockets aren't really team basketball. It's just, you know, so. And Denver is that team that's kind of one, like some nights it's team, some nights it's not. That's why you have that record there. But when you talk about team basketball, the Spurs and OKC are pretty the two best teams in the league. And that's why they have two of the best records. And because it ain't about just the superstar on the team, it's about everybody on the squad.
Okay. So, Rob, put on your coaching hat for 2 seconds.
All right.
How do you beat the Spurs? Defensively, what is your game plan going in to play the Spurs?
I think with the Spurs, one thing that's you got to limit I forget the twins' name. He's their best 3-point shooter. So that's the one thing. You have to have some type of trick defense for them. You be physical with Wembanyama. You get someone that can stay up but not foul him and get him frustrated. I mean, like get stupid fouls on him, trying to frustrate him because you can't frustrate him. And then also just stay in front of guys because they're so good at that break that they put you on your heels. And I've seen teams where when the ball is taken out of bounds, you have a designated guy that go on the ball and try to slow him down because that's where they get you, man, in transition. Because that three-headed monster and those guards, they're going downhill, they get you, then you get frustrated. The next thing you know, they pulling up a jumper. So it's gonna be a tough matchup. But you gotta find a way to slow that press down. I mean that breakdown because that's how they get you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, right now it looks like I would love to see a Western Conference Finals with OKC and San Antonio. I think that would
let me just say this though.
Price of admission for me.
The Spurs have been known to kick people ass in the regular season, but then the playoffs come, your whole mindset changes, and the real teams come out. So I'm not saying it, but I'm like, because I remember Spurs when I was with the Rockets. They whooped our ass 5 times.
Yep.
But then when the playoffs came, Dream fucking woke up.
Things changed.
I was like watching them with popcorn where he was killing David Robinson. So, I'm just saying it's going to be a good series if they meet because let's be honest. Wemby, how many seasons has Wemby been in the league? What,
this
3?
Is his third year. Yeah.
Yeah, 3. And how many seasons has he finished the season healthy?
It would be this year if he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, he missed half of last year. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to stay healthy. Everybody has to stay healthy.
The thing with Wemby is, here's the difference, though. It took him having a blood clot to miss like a rare type of thing to miss. It's not like he has an ankle where he's out for an extended period of time or he tore the ACL or things of that nature. It literally just took a blood clot.
I'm just saying, it's an injury.
But he's right.
It is.
You got to be out there.
You got to be out there, true.
It's still going to be good. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, while we're on it, let's just do a quick look at the standings, and then we got to talk about a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Since we're talking about the Spurs and the Thunder, the rest of the West, obviously those are your 2 top teams. I think the Spurs are like 3 games back of OKC. OKC's like a 51 win right now, so they're the first team to 50. Rest of the West, Timberwolves are at 3, Rockets kind of a game behind them at 4, Lakers about a game back of them, maybe 2 games back at 5. Nuggets at 6, Suns at 7, and the Clippers have climbed back into the 8th spot, or 500, 32-32. So the Clippers, when they're not blowing 25-point leads to the Spurs, they're finding a way back into it. In the East,
low key, the Clippers are good. That's a team I would not want to meet.
They're starting to figure it out. They're starting to figure it out, man.
If they're healthy,
if that's a huge if, but they're starting to figure some stuff out. The start of the season completely sunk them. Just that terrible, whatever it was, 6-20 starter they had, whatever it was terrible. Put them so far behind the 8 ball. In the East, we talked about the Pistons. 2.5 games back are number 2 Celtics. They're kind of screaming in now, so beware Boston, especially with Tatum back. We'll talk about that. Right on their heels are the Knicks at 3, the Cavs at 4, and then there's a little bit of a 4-game drop-off there for the Raptors at 5. Magic at 6, who destroyed the Bucks Monday night. The Heat at 7, and the 76ers are hanging in there at 8. So those are your top 8s from both sides. So a lot of basketball to play still with about a month left in the season, but we're going to come screaming down where these numbers are going to start mattering real quick. Before we get to Tatum's return, I want to play this clip I saw this morning from Steve Kerr, and I wanted to get your take on it. I've heard him say this before. For some reason, this popped up all over the place today after last night's game.
I know this will not be a popular opinion in the league office, but I will continue to say it because it's obvious we need to play fewer games. We need to take 10 games off the schedule. I think it would be great for the league. And I get it. It's revenue, and you'd have to get everybody to agree to take a little less money. And that's a really hard thing to do. But what I know about the league, about coaching, about how hard it is to play the modern game with the pace and the space, I think it would be a more competitive and healthier league if we played fewer games.
So I want to get your take on it. Obviously, a humongous flaw in the argument here. And he said it himself. You're going to have to get people to agree to take less money. So that immediately, massive flaw in your argument, Steve. I don't know how that works. But does he have a point?
Nope.
Rob?
Nope. Because here's my whole thing. You know, the league now is such a league that, the pace. Well, if there's a problem, and if it's the pace, don't fucking do the pace. You know, I know that. And my other thing is you got to tell these athletes in the summertime, take a fucking month off. You think about how many of these guys, as soon as the season over, they back in the lab, they doing all this stuff. You know, they traveling all over the world. They doing these things to try to, get their social media up. Take some time off. You ain't got to be in the gym and the lab every day. And also, that's why you have a bench. You don't play your 6-8 guys 45 minutes a game and they call the pace, and there are things around it, just slow the ball down. Who told you to have Steph run off 55 million screens all night long to get open? There's so many times where you can just say, okay, we're going to set a good down pick. You come off, you take the shot.
What the hell are you talking about? In today's NBA? I don't know if that exists anymore.
That's what I'm saying, though. If the problem is the pace of the game, what do? You
change the pace.
You change the pace.
Right. But I feel like his argument is today's game doesn't really allow you to do that.
Because you know why today's game like this? Because the guys who come into the league, that's all they know from AAU, playing 1 year of college, but they don't get to learn shit. Mm-hmm. So, all right, Adam, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make you play 2 to 3 years. 2 years. Let's say 2 years, not 1 year. We're going to make you play 2 years of college basketball. Before you come into this league. All right, now you know how to play basketball. And it ain't just, all right, we're going to roll out there, y'all fucking go up and down. Whoever got the best talent is going to win. Now it takes some guys who know how to play the game. And it's just the way the game is played. If you watch it in AAU, you watch it in high school, you watch it. College is the only time. You watch how much pace is really played in college now. It's played with some pace. You take some teams like Alabama, they play a fucking NBA system. They go up and down, up and down. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of teams, they play more controlled basketball. They get good shots, not just take shots just to be taking them. So it's one of those things, man. If it's the pace that's the problem, take the pace out the game.
Okay. All right.
Look, I feel like we've heard this conversation before. We've heard this statement before.
Yeah, and Steve's been a champion of it before too. So
I get it, but so what happens? Okay, let's say you drop it to 72 games.
They still gonna be hurt.
What can I get? People can say, well, there's more that could happen when you have 10 more games, but I'm like, there's the same thing could happen in 72 games. Somebody could get hurt in game 10, like somebody could get hurt in game 32. Mm-hmm. Within the confinement of however many games you say they should have, you can still have the same amount of injuries. And then plus, we're not even talking about off season where guys are doing whatever, and we've heard guys getting hurt in the off season. Mm-hmm. There are guys who get hurt training. So injuries, I understand we try to lessen it, the opportunity for it to happen. But unless you wrapping all these dudes up in bubble wrap and you putting them into some hyperbolic chamber until October, and you can't stop injury from happening. It's unfortunate and it sucks, but you're not going to be able to stop it from happening with these guys who have lives, who aren't always playing and are out doing other things. It's just not going to happen.
It doesn't seem to have a problem with an 82-game season. OKC, San Antonio, Boston, Detroit. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, Steve's barely hanging on to a play-in spot, and he wants 10 games off the schedule. It's like, he said it before, so it's not just this season. But dude, come on. It's been an 82-game season as long as I can remember.
Yeah. And here's the thing. They always talk about shortening the season. They did so many things. They start the season earlier to give you more time off. They take preseason games out of the game. What the fuck do y'all want? Next time, I only want to play each team twice, to stay healthy. And you don't practice already. So you've taken
there's no
practice
more
out the
shoot
game.
around or any of that stuff.
Yeah. It's like, so just, when they just say guys are built different, they built different. Just leave it at that.
Well, talking about built different, Jayson Tatum returned. We were skeptical on whether or not it was going to happen. I thought it was just Bill Simmons talking shit. Sure enough, Jayson Tatum rolled out first 2 games back. Friday at home against the Mavericks, 298 days from his last appearance. Dropped 15 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists in his first game back. Not terrible. And then on Sunday night, 20 points again. And just overall looked good. Didn't look like he was, I don't know, maybe it didn't look like he was slow. It didn't look like, I don't know if obviously they have to have him on some kind of a minutes restriction, I'd imagine. I don't know if they talked about that a lot during the broadcast. I kind of was in and out. But he looked, he looked very Tatum-ish. I mean, to come back fresh off an injury and have a couple nights where you're throwing down 15, 20 points, that's a good start back. It wasn't like an 8 points. He played 10 minutes and that was it. He looked relatively human again.
And starting.
Yeah, started him. So
I'm amazed at how smooth he looked. I think the biggest thing for him is getting that confidence back. And I think that first game, I bet you that heart was pounding so hard, just for the fact that first game back, injury and stuff like that. So
and it's got to be in the back of his head the whole time, right?
Yeah,
that it's like don't go too fast, don't move too quick, don't pivot too hard.
Yeah.
All that stuff just kind of creeps in.
Yeah. So hopefully he just stays healthy, man, because he's everybody was trying to make him the face of the league, and some guys you just root for because they just seem like good guys. I've never met him, but yeah, I'm rooting for him to stay healthy. Stay healthy, JT.
Yeah, that first game back was versus who they play?
Mavericks.
Mavs. So I think the thing that gave people like a vote of confidence was where he drove to the basket and tried to dunk, but he got hung. That was, even though he got hung, I think that was a level of confidence that he had within himself. And then I think the fan base could have let out a deep sigh of relief, knowing that even for him to drive to the basket the way that he did and put pressure on that foot and on that Achilles and then to rise up, even though he didn't make it, that should have gave everybody a vote of confidence that he has confidence in his ability to go out there and be who he is. And so he didn't shoot well, but he had a double-double, had 12 assists and 7 rebounds. He was active out there.
Yeah, 15 points.
So he was active, and that's what you really, really want to see. You wanted to see him go out there with a level of confidence that the therapy and the rehab that he put into getting that Achilles right had paid off. And that's what you want to see in that first game. And that's really what you want to see moving out throughout the rest of this season. It's just the confidence.
I'm still terrified, though.
You should be.
I'm still every time he starts ramping it up, I'm just like I don't know why it's in the back of my head. And I didn't even
But it was like that with KD. It was like that with KD too. And eventually that weaned away as time went on.
Yeah.
It goes away.
It's still scary though, man. And I think it's just because he was back, I don't want to say so fast, but for the Achilles, that's real fast. So yeah,
You got to think about it. I don't know what day it happened. It happened on the Monday. He had surgery on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, he went right away. Yeah.
He was the type of dude like, I'm getting this done ASAP. I'm going to be back. So let's give him a credit too, because
I'm not taking anything away from it. Yeah. It still scares the hell out of me. That's all.
Yeah. So
I'm
done.
Good for him though.
That new technology. Like I said, that new mask.
He's got that bionic Achilles now, so he's in good shape. Mm-hmm. I really believe the game's better with Tatum in it, so I'm never going to take anything away from him playing. I like to see him out there, and I feel like Boston's done an amazing job carrying the weight without him. So it's interesting to see how they're going to adapt to having him back in the lineup, what changes for them in the way they've been playing, what changes for Jalen in the way he's been playing. So maybe there's a little bit of a learning curve with getting him back in the everyday rotation. What's up?
I'm the captain now.
I am the captain now. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to take him a second to figure it out.
I think right now, at least for the somewhat foreseeable future, he not a decoy. Like, he's going to do what he does.
Sure.
But just having him out there is what causes the second thought for other teams. Like that team can still be who they are, but knowing that they've gotten somebody like this back that is ramping up and is getting better is the thing that poses a threat for some of these other teams. Like Jalen's still gonna go out there and do what he does because Jalen is still the healthier player. He's been the healthier player all season. Mm-hmm. But Tatum, as he ramps up, it poses a threat to other teams that, dang, is this going to be the night that he goes off? Is this going to be the night where he feels the healthiest? You know, are we going to be the team that gets the 35 points and 9 rebounds? You know, that he
12
gives
assists.
That. So it's just a threat. Yeah, it's the threat. And I think he's going to be a threat for a minute.
And I think, too, it keeps defenses a little off kilter. Because whatever you game planned for the Celtics, you got to look again. You got to go back to that board and you got to go, okay, hold up. We didn't account for this now. Because we didn't think he was going to be back. So now we got to kind of rethink some stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the Celtics adapt to it. But I'm going to ask you the question, both of you guys, for obvious reasons. The question that the internet has been asking all week, and of course I have to ask it to the two of you. Are the Lakers better without LeBron James? Like, the internet has been on fire about this week, mainly because of watching Luka and AR play together, the way they've played together. And I think what's the number? I think I wrote it down. The Lakers are 9-2 this season without him when Luka and AR are on the floor together. So they've only lost 2 games when Luka and AR are in the game without LeBron. They seem to be moving the ball well. It's not about that duo. Obviously, they need to figure out how the three of them fit the best form, but they've looked good without him. And they, honestly, I don't know if they're a better team without him or not, but that seems to be the question everyone wants to know.
Harp, I didn't see the game on Sunday because I was traveling, so I'll let you take this one for now. But I will say my answer to that question is no. You know, I have to also look at who they played in those games, because if they play in Memphis in that game,
well, no, I think New York was in there.
Well, yeah, New York. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
New York was in it.
They had a couple. They had a couple decent, because they're in that stretch of the schedule now where there's not a lot of softies in the way for them. So now it's either put up or shut up.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that real quick to see.
Go ahead. Put a Google on it.
I'm gonna say no, but and that no more so comes out of the respect for Bron. Because on the flip side of that, it's hard to deny what that team has looked like when he's been out. I'm not saying that they're a complete and over-the-top better team without LeBron in the lineup, but you also can't deny the other side of that coin. And the reason why you can't deny it is because now I think AR can go out and be AR. And he has more control of that game than when LeBron is in there, because now AR is a third option.
Yeah. And
so now when you're the third option, in a sense, you start to question yourself a little more than when you're the number 2 option. And obviously we know that Luka's going to have the ball in his hand all the time, regardless who's on the floor, because he's the future of that team. But I think that the main reason in the differentiation of the success, whether they have all 3 of them out there or it's just Luka and AR, it's AR. His ability to do what he needs to do and step into the player that we've known him to be. They talk about him getting $250 million this offseason.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
No, I know, but that's the conversation. Whether you want to pay it or not, that's the conversation.
Yeah.
But I can see somebody, whether it be the Lakers or somebody, wanting to pay him that because of his development and because of who he's been out at times when LeBron has been out. His growth, his taking his game and taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah,
now,
if he goes 30-something the other night when LeBron was out. So
but we've seen that before, even when LeBron was out earlier in the season.
He's done it early in the year. Yeah, exactly. So,
like, that man put up 30, 40 points.
Yeah, he had a 40-something point night. Yeah.
Like, he shot better. I think there was more confidence in his game. Like I said, I'm not saying flat out that they're a better team long term, whatever long term looks like. I'm just saying in the small sample size that we've seen, it's no coincidence that he's looked really good when LeBron's been off the floor.
Yeah. Rob, what did your Google return for you?
It didn't give me what I wanted.
Okay, well, we're still going to work on that. My only thought on this, I don't think any team, kind of to your point, Harp, I don't think any team's better without LeBron James on it. That's just a basic tenet of the game for me. Like, where he fits and how he fits, that's a conversation, sure. But if you remove him from that team, the team's not better. Maybe they play differently. Maybe they're playing, like you said, maybe AR feels a little more free to take the shots he's getting. Maybe Luka's not as pressured to make sure he's splitting time with LeBron, or I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe
Luka don't care about that.
Oh, well, I guess that's true. Yeah, Luka, you don't give a shit about that. I don't feel like any team's better without LeBron James on the roster. Because when you need him, he will find a way to come in and give you what you need from him in the big spots. I mean, that's what LeBron is known for his whole career. So it's hard for me to get on board with the idea that any team's better without him. Maybe they play differently.
Yeah. I'm looking at the stats right now, and that game, I'm like, shit, I'm looking at the Lakers stats. I was like, shit, they should have lost this game. Marcus Smart was 1 for 10, 0 for 5 for 3.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Ayton was out.
Luka was 5 for 16 from 3.
Oh.
I'm like, are you
That's
freaking
treacherous.
I'm like, and then I look up and I was like, oh, no wonder they lost. Mikal Bridges had 0 points.
Oh, well.
OG had 13. Josh Hart had, they only had 4 guys scoring double figures for the Knicks, and so when people look at wins, sometimes they look at as what the winning team did. Sometimes it's what the losing team didn't do. Did they do their normal thing? And in this case, I think it's more so what the Knicks didn't do, and maybe it was more so what the case of the Los Angeles Lakers didn't do, but. I think when LeBron's on that team, he brings them a different team. Like you think about it now, you think about the Lakers without LeBron on the team. Who scares you on that team going downhill? Nobody. LeBron scares you when he gets the rock. He's going to attack the basket. He's going to attack it with some force because that definitely ain't Rui. Rui going to spin, pull up, jumper, fade away. It ain't Marcus Smart. It ain't DeAndre Ayton. Nobody on that team that plays with force. Mm-hmm. So are they a better team? No. They might look better sometime because LeBron's off the floor and AR has freedom. That's why that's the way they sub it. If you really want to solve this problem, bring AR off the bench.
Yeah.
Then when he's the guy that comes in and sub for LeBron. And you don't have to play them both at 3, all 3 together. And that way you don't have to worry about sharing the basketball. But they don't look at you think of Manu Ginobili. The perfect example, the ultimate 3-man, what he did with the Spurs. Should he have been starting? Okay, oh yeah, he should have been starting. But was he? No. Because you brought Manu in when Tim went out. So you got 2 scoring punches. Tony went out, still got 2. And that's what you got to do. You can't really have 3 guys depending on the score. And plus those 3 guys don't play good defense on the floor at the same time unless it's the last 5 minutes of a game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot on the line as we get down to the end of the season, but it's just an intriguing question, and it has been all over the internet this week. So take it for what it's worth. All right, we're going to do Big Shot of the Week in a second, and then we're going to play That's Gotta Be a Record. But first, I'm going to give you the batshit crazy story of the week.
Oh, man.
And I'm sure you've both heard this story.
I have not.
Cal State Bakersfield's athletic department has been in upheaval since August, when then men's basketball coach, who has since been gone, his name is Rod Barnes, he opened an anonymous email from a tipster who alleged that his temporary assistant coach, Kevin Mays, was also working as a pimp across 4 states.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I did.
What?
I live in fucking California.
What? He's working at Cal State Bakersfield as an assistant basketball coach, and he's pimping. And it's like a side hustle, I guess. I don't know. Mays is being held without bail, faces a hefty rap sheet of 11 criminal and misdemeanor charges, including felonies such as pimping. He was also charged with possession of automatic firearms and high-capacity magazines. Jesus Christ. Possession of methamphetamine and marijuana with intent to sell.
Damn.
Why are you coaching? If this is your move, if you're going to be a high caliber, armed to the teeth, meth dealing pimp, you shouldn't be coaching at Cal State Bakersfield. Oh fuck!
Hey, he don't make enough. He got to have all the side hustles.
Oh my God! Sit down with the AD and have a conversation. Listen, man, I got to work on my salary. Otherwise, I got to pimp these girls out. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That is the craziest shit I've ever heard. It happened back in August, but the story broke everywhere this week as it's gone out. I think Cal State Bakersfield has since fired their AD. Their basketball coach is gone, obviously, and then this guy Kevin May's still in prison. But
you fired the coach and the AD because the guy had a side hustle?
No, I think the coach and the AD both stepped down. I think as a this is gonna go a bad road. I think we should probably step away before it does. So, I'm floored.
Have y'all seen the Bruce special?
Which one?
Which one?
The one he just did on Netflix.
No, I missed it.
No.
Yeah, you got to watch it because he talk about pimping. That's the first thing I talked about.
I like
pimping ain't easy.
It's not. Clearly, it's not. Yeah.
It's even more difficult when you're the coach of a college basketball team.
You got a team to coach.
Hey, unless you play for Rick Pitino.
Here you go.
That was strippers. My bad.
Oh,
my
yeah.
bad.
Come on now. Yeah. Don't sully the name of Rick Pitino. Yeah. What are you talking about? God.
But he survived. He came back after the strippers, didn't he?
Hey, it's Magic City. He's the Atlanta Hawks, man. Hey, they let a stripper bring him down.
Is the name of this show Pimpin'?
Sure.
Pimpin'
ain't easy. Is the name of this episode. Very good. Rob named the episode. I love when that happens. Pimpin' ain't easy. All right, let's do a big shot of the week, and then we're going to play this week's game. Big shot of the week. Thanks to Timothy McDaniel on X for sharing this story. I thought this was really cool. It goes to a young man named Trey Smith, who is the quarterback at Roswell High School right here in Georgia. The story happened back in October. Trey was named the school's homecoming king. Instead of enjoying the honor himself, he passed the crown on the field. He took the crown off and ran up to his one of his best friends, a fellow senior named Jake Jeffries, who happens to have Down syndrome. But he has been like a part of the athletic program since it started. Him and Trey have been friends since they started high school. Trey loves this kid. They were all trying to get this kid to be the homecoming king. For some reason, it went to Trey, and Trey's like, nope. So he gave it to Jake, and when I'm telling you, you watch the video, they put the homecoming crown on this kid's head, and that place erupted. Like this kid, and he's a good kid. Trey and him have a genuine friendship. Trey said after the game, he's a funny dude. He's always joking around. He's always smiling. He's a great guy to talk to. If you have a bad day, he comes to talk to you. If you come up to him and dap him up, he'll dap you up just like everybody else. I definitely think he knows the senior class better than anyone else. So, big shot of the week. A little maybe delayed because this happened a while ago, but to Trey Smith from Roswell High School. That's a freaking cool story.
But that's an evergreen big shot.
I love it.
That's no matter how long ago it was, I don't think, there's no time limit on being kind.
No, not at all.
So,
I love that though.
You just, when you see people do kind things and, not wanting anything in return, but out of genuine sincerity, I always rock with that, regardless of how long ago it was. So salute to that young man.
Yes, Roswell, the student body, especially Trey. Especially when you've been friends forever. So, it's always do something good for a friend.
No, I love it. I really love it. All right, let's do this week's game. It's called "That's Got to Be a Record," and it was inspired by the fact that Shai and LeBron, by the way, this week passed Kareem for the most career field goals. And I think he is 6 games away from surpassing Robert Parrish for the most regular season games ever played. So LeBron, say what you want about him, continues to rack up like NBA milestone after NBA milestone. He will retire with probably every record, minus a small handful. It's crazy. And then we talked about Shai with his streak of 126 consecutive games with 20-plus points, tying Wilt Chamberlain. So all that brought to mind, what are some of the weirdest basketball records that exist? So I'm going to give you guys a number and a record. You just have to tell me if you think the real answer is higher or lower. So we're going to start with the longest blindfolded basketball shot. This is all from the Guinness Book of World Records. So someone hit the longest blindfolded basketball shot, higher or lower than 75 feet?
Higher.
Okay.
Lower.
Rob's going lower. Harp's going higher. Point goes to Brandon Harper, 82 feet. Someone hit a damn blindfolded basketball shot from 82 feet.
That was 94 feet. It's a pro, so that means he hit it from that's far.
That's a good shot for blindfolded, dude. Have you ever shot with your eyes closed?
It's a free throw because that's just rhythm.
Yeah, sure. I guess you just know muscle memory at that point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Most basketball shots made in 1 minute while wearing boxing gloves.
Oh, Lord.
This is all in the Guinness Book of World Records, by the way. So the most basketball shots made in a minute while wearing boxing gloves, higher or lower than 20?
Higher or lower than 20?
20 shots in a minute while wearing basketball
Lower.
gloves.
Higher.
Harp goes low. Rob goes high. The real answer point goes yet again to B-Dog Brandon Harper. 15 is the right number. 15.
That's still a lot.
That's still a lot. Dude, I don't know if I can make a shot wearing boxing gloves.
Yeah, you just put it right here and just do like this. Push it up.
Oh,
Push it
see,
up.
well, you should go break a record, man. And get you a Guinness Book of World Record.
Hey,
You could shoot
let's do it.
15, more than 15 in a minute. You got to practice that. You got to get some boxing gloves and do a few reps. And if you think you can pull it off, we'll call the Guinness Book and they send somebody out and you break the record and you get to hang that shit on your wall behind you. Next to the only TV on the wall that we ever see in the frame. All right. The most.
Well, you want me to put multiple TVs in here?
No, I don't
ain't got
know.
that
They
kind of
just
money.
we get a barren wall and a TV and a closed door. That's all we ever get. You got all the cool shit in front of you. We never get to see it.
I know it over here.
Yeah, it's all out of frame. We never get to see any of it. All right. The most hook shots made in 1 minute. The most hook shots made in a minute. Higher or lower than 30?
Lower.
Rob goes lower. 30 hook shots in a minute.
Higher.
All right, we have a split again. The point this time goes to Robert Horry. Real answer lower. 26. 26 hook shots in a minute.
Was that made by Kareem?
I don't know, but damn, 26 in a minute is pretty damn strong. All right, the longest basketball game ever played, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, higher or lower than 96 hours. By the way, that's 4 days. Is the real longest basketball game ever played higher or lower than 96 hours?
Just because it's such a crazy one, I'm going to say higher.
Okay.
96 hours?
96 of 4 freaking days.
I guess I'll go with higher too. That's egregious.
All right. Both of you get a point. It is higher. It's 120 hours. 5
Who's playing this
straight
game?
days. I have no idea who's playing basketball for 5 straight days. To break a world record, though, people do dumb shit.
Do we get subs?
No, I don't know. It's a great question. It just said the longest basketball game ever played. I don't know who played in it. The game, I can't imagine somebody played for 5 days straight. That's nonsense.
You got
Steve Kerr's all up in arms about that.
the 6 man on the bench. Like, I'm gonna take a nap real quick. Let me know.
Y'all just go. All right, number 5. The longest time dribbling 2 basketballs. So the longest time dribbling 2 basketballs is the Guinness Book of World Record, higher or lower than 7 hours?
Higher.
Higher.
Yeah, you both get a point on that one. 12 hours. 12 hours dribbling 2 basketballs. People do dumb shit for the Guinness Book of World Records. Is what I'm realizing in this game. How about this one? The most basketballs spun on a human body at once. So I guess
saw
where they
this one.
put the little things on you and then they spin all the basketballs. Is the real Guinness Book of World Record higher or lower than 15 basketballs?
I saw this. They was doing, they did a thing back and they were breaking Guinness Book.
I'm gonna say
lower.
I'm gonna say lower.
You both went lower?
Yeah.
Oh, you both get a point. Yeah, 13 basketballs.
Yeah, I think I saw this.
Spun on the
because-
human
yeah.
body. Yeah.
I think it's a woman who has the record,
I
right?
think you're right. Yeah, I think you're
Yes.
right. Yeah. All right, 3 to go. Here we go. The most consecutive blindfolded free throws. So here's your note, Rob, about closing your eyes and shooting free throws. Most consecutive blindfolded free throws, higher or lower than 3,000?
Higher. Wow. That's no freaking way lower.
Higher or lower than 3,000?
3,000 consecutive blindfolded free throws.
It's actually 2,996.
You're just making shit up.
You
now.
know what? I'll go slightly higher.
All right. So the point will go to Rob here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2,725. That's not bad, though. 2,725 blindfolded free throws in a row? Damn.
Think about Steph, one of the best shooters ever. I don't think he'd make that many with his eyes open.
No, in a row. I mean, you're bound to miss one, but no, blindfold. You're like your point, Rob. It's muscle memory, though. All right, most basketball shots made while lying down on the ground in 1 minute. Is the Guinness Book of World Record higher or lower than 20?
Lower.
While laying down on the ground?
While laying on the ground.
It might be higher.
Higher.
I'm going to stay with lower.
Stick with lower? All right, well, you should have changed. It's higher. Yeah, no, 25 while laying on the ground. All right, here's the last one. Most consecutive basketball bounces on the head.
I think I saw this one too.
Higher or lower than 40?
Higher.
I can see that being more than 40.
You're both right. 49 consecutive basketball bounces on the head. So I'm telling you, man, I think you've got a Guinness Book of World Record coming if you can get some boxing gloves and get you set up and make more than 15 shots in a minute.
You can make more than 15 shots in a minute, man.
You may have to shoot a granny style, though.
Yeah.
But that's just the visual of you with boxing gloves. Shooting granny style is perfect. I love it.
Here's the thing, you got different types of boxing gloves now. What's the weight on the boxing glove? How big are the boxing gloves?
We'll have to get into the specifics of the world record. Yeah, we'll have to kind of dig in on that. Yeah.
Let's say the three of us, we all got to pick one. I'm taking the one from the floor. I think I can make.
You can make more than, what was the number one before? But most shots made in a minute while laying down was 25.
I think I can make 25.
You think if you're laying flat on the floor and someone's just kind of feeding you basketballs, you can hit more than 25 in a minute?
Yeah,
from laying
easy.
down flat on your back on the floor?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can make one.
Dude, you think about when you don't have a basketball and you lay on the floor in your house, you shoot that shit up so many times to try to build the muscles in your forearm and your wrist.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that drill of just kind of popping it up in the air. But
yeah, that's easy. Once you get it, I'll take that. Which one you guys take? I think one of you should take the boxing glove.
The only one I would have a shot at would be boxing gloves, I think.
I could probably do that.
I'll tell you what, I ain't playing a basketball game for 5 goddamn days. That ain't
Not even on a video game.
No, I don't even play at 2K for 5 days.